As you all said earlier, my name's Elizabeth, spelled with an S. The S is for smile because I love to do that. And what I basically wanted to do is to let you all hear a little bit from someone who is very near and dear to me in reference to this whole public speaking thing. And I'll let her pretty much tell you a little bit about me. Give me just a moment here to hit play. Help me out, Miss Tracy. That's how you hit play on here. Oh, is that the video? The video didn't come up for you? It's supposed to be an actual video that speaks. It didn't work that way. Oh, well, the good news is I'm gonna have to play it from my phone then because it's supposed to be a video of her speaking and not just a photo. So it's okay. I got it. Yeah, it's supposed to be a video. So I don't know if this is gonna be loud enough, but here we go.
Good evening. This is Leanne Hood. I'm out walking, as you can tell, kind of on a journey on this beautiful day, and in reference with Miss Gould on her journey to public speaking. Miss Gould came into my classroom in high school many years ago, and we decided then, with her positive and confident attitude that she always has had, to enter her in public speaking. With that, we obviously coach of Business Professionals of America. And so I quickly took her skill set that came naturally to her and entered her in prepared speech public speaking. We competed at the regional level and she advanced to state. We competed at the state level and she had the opportunity to advance to nationals. Nationals that year was held in Chicago, Illinois. Also in that same year, Oprah Winfrey had her talk show. I had connections with the CBS affiliate individuals who generously got us tickets to the show. The tickets, then we got to go in and meet. After her show, the recording of her show, Miss Oprah, we introduced her. We had the opportunity to visit with her. And she actually called Miss Elisabeth down to the floor to meet her face to face. And I knew at the moment when Elisabeth walked down there and shook Miss Oprah Winfrey's hand that the light came on and public speaking is what she wanted to do for a career. She's a natural talent with it. She's positive. She's caring. And she is one strong individual. When I say she has overcome many obstacles in life, no doubt she has. Now, a lot of us have faced those obstacles as well, but she has learned from them and has grown from them in order to do better. So please take this reference and share, because Miss Elisabeth Gould is one beautiful soul that I love. No, I'm not her mother. She is from another mother, but she is my child, and I love you dearly. Bye.
So I just wanted y'all to hear that because this is a part of speaking at her best and overcoming pretty much all of my obstacles when it comes to speaking. And I had one more video, but since it's not on here, just so y'all know, it was my son giving his mom his kudos on the video. If y'all want to hear it, I can pull it up, but otherwise I can go ahead and move to the slide after that. But at least I'll be able to show you a picture of my baby boy. If it'll work for him. I'm not working at the moment.
And you also have it posted on your LinkedIn page too, that video of your son.
Oh, thanks. I do.
This young man.
Yeah. That's my kiddo. He's 19. He lives in Florida and he was just giving his mom some kudos. So moving forward to the next slide. I'll go ahead and start with that there. Thank you so much. So basically the way that I pretty much wanted this presentation to go for you all was to show you better than I can tell you. In reference to overcoming public speaking nerves, this is what I'm doing. I'm showing you how to overcome public speaking nerves. And then of course, throughout the presentation, I'll be able to give you some bullet points as some takeaways for being able to help you feel more comfortable in your journey of speaking, whether that's at networking events, whether it's in front of your colleagues in corporate America, or at a church or any place that you might find yourself in front of an audience and you're kind of like, maybe feeling some sort of way before they call your name up there. A lot of the times that's completely normal, just so you all know. I've just gotten really comfortable in the skin that I'm in to the point to where it's just, she said it best. I mean, I just enjoy being able to pour into others and just speak from a place of genuineness. So that helps me a lot to overcome my nerves. So if you can't tell here, I'm an entrepreneur. So kudos to all the women, first of all, that, doing this thing. It's Women's History Month. So can y'all give yourselves a round of applause? Happy Women's History Month, for real, for real. That's awesome. And this here is who I report to each and every day. God is my boss, and I am the employee. I am thankful for my salary, called life, with benefits called blessings. And that is literally how I choose to live my life when it comes to conducting business in entrepreneurship and anywhere ever else I have to go. That's pretty much how I stay on track, okay, for myself. Now you'll notice I brought this little board here because y'all remember Hangman in high school? Anybody remember Hangman? Okay. I was going to ask if I could have a volunteer to help me to play a quick game, because there's only 8 letters up here, and everybody know you go through Hangman real quick in reference to figuring out what the words mean. So do I have a volunteer that would come up here and play Hangman with me in front of everybody? Come on up. Everybody give her a round of applause for volunteering. And thank you for being a volunteer. This here is a token of thank you.
Great, thanks.
You like Chick-fil-A?
Not really. I like the salads.
Well, that's not on there complimentary, but you can choose between one of their sandwiches or pay it forward or something.
Yeah, thank you.
You're so welcome.
I'm being honest.
I appreciate that very much. All right, so here we go. Basically, what we're gonna do, and tell me your name one more time.
Giovanna.
Giovanna. Nice to meet you. All right, so my mission is to basically have you to help me to figure out what these letters are here, and then, Hangman. So I'll write out the letters here and go from there.
Oh.
All right. No, there is not an O. So that's my first thing. A?
Uh-huh.
Oh, no, hold on, make sure it's the O. A, okay.
M.
M? Okay.
Can the audience help me?
Can the audience help her? Yes, y'all can help her. Anybody have a letter?
T.
T?
What about E?
E.
Yeah, E.
Who said E? Okay, E, okay, yes, there's an E. All right. All right, so we got an E on the board. We're making some progress. Anybody have, yes,
S.
S? There is not an S.
P.
P? Look, that's like, we don't went through a lot of the letters in the alphabet, and it's not there yet.
Can we get a hint?
Yes, you can. Okay. Well, I'm like,
Come on, these people have to watch Wheel of Fortune and know some of those letters.
yes.
Popular.
Okay.
L, R.
Oh, yes, you said an L?
L.
Okay,
Yeah.
there is an L. Okay,
Oh, wait.
so we got an L, we got some letters in between, and then, okay, yeah,
I, F,
okay, what'd you say?
F.
Uh-huh, yeah. We're making some progress here. And you said an I, right? Yes, you did. Okay, that's an I. Almost there. Yep. Doing good. Almost there, almost there. Anybody else got any? letters?
B,
B?
G,
No G.
H.
H is
No,
Oh,
no,
H is
yeah,
already.
H is up there, yeah.
C.
Yep,
R.
there we go.
Live.
Thank you, Pam, I appreciate that. So y'all might be like, what you talking about? Your mission is rich life. So something that you all should know, I love going by acronyms. So rich stands for realizing I create happiness. That's what my rich stands for. Life means living in freedom every day. That's my mission. I literally believe this stuff. Like, I do that. So with that being said, my mission is to basically assist anybody that basically says, you know what? I like the rich life. I wouldn't mind being able to tap into that. So what I'm wanting to do when it comes to public speaking, when it comes to my company called Speaking at Her Best, coaching, workshops, things of that sort, that's all I'm talking about, is being able to demonstrate how I'm living a rich life based off of, is the money there as of yet? I mean, I'm diligently working on that, absolutely, yes. However, besides the money aspect, it's a quality of life. Would y'all agree? So with that being said, that's the reason why that is my mission, to be able to meet women primarily who basically say, I wouldn't mind having a community that supports one another to the point to where we can do this, have a rich life together. And just so y'all know a little bit more about me, I personally did not have a strong support system growing up. This is the reason why I moved the way that I moved, because it means so much to individuals when you do this, what y'all did. And I forget, because I'm so used to talking in person to people, to where the online people, thank y'all for being here. I really appreciate it. But I'm more of a in-person type of individual, because when you show up, you show out. That's what I like to do anyways. Maybe y'all don't, but that's all. And not to mention, virtual, it just doesn't give you the same type of feel, because you get a chance to interact with people, and that's what I enjoy most. That's my preference. But again, thank you all for who are there. I don't know who that is, but I'm giving y'all love today too, because it means a lot to me that y'all wanted to take time out of your day to come and check me out and see what I had to say. So this right here, the secret is I do what works for me. I don't compare, I don't copy, I don't watch. I support, well, I do watch. I watch other people, but not to the point where I'm comparing. I don't, I support others, and it's genuine support. I'm always in my own lane, riding my own wave, eyes on my own paper. That's me. And I say that to say there are other people that do that too, but it would be so much nicer if we had a community of people that basically do that together. It's just, you go further together with other like-minded individuals. So with that being said, as I read that, I think about how much I support others. We have a friend of mine here in the audience, Robin. I just went to one of her events and had a blast, just because this here gave me the opportunity to meet her and then go and support her in what it is that she does. So just being able to do this sort of thing, that's why I show up, because I like knowing that that feeling of somebody supporting you in whatever it is that you're doing makes a difference. You know, people remember that. So don't be surprised if y'all see me at some of y'all's events as I learn what you do. Just being in the back room or something like that, because that's just what I do. I'm a big supporter. I love to support people. This right here, I wanted to share this with you guys because it said so much. It just spoke to me when I seen this. So it says the most magnetic thing on earth is loving your own energy. Your perception of yourself affects your frequency. Love yourself. Be confident in your talents and the way you express them. Love the reflection you see in the mirror. May your energy raise the whole doggone frequency of the planet. Isn't that beautiful? Like, oh, I forgot to mention, I love words of affirmation. That's like one of my biggest love languages. So I am an author of a book called 31 Best Ways, and memes are definitely my thing. I love, love, love memes because it's so quick and to the point, and they give you something to just take that's very impactful, and you can keep pushing forward in your day. So have anybody ever heard of Jim Rohn?
Jim Rohn.
Uh-huh. He is definitely one of the greatest public speakers that I still listen to this day. And I couldn't help but just put this in here because I'm big on personal development. And Jim Rohn says an investment, well, give me a second when this thing goes up, I'll read it. An investment in your personal development is the best investment you can make. And when I started to understand really what that meant, those were the things that helped me to overcome nerves of speaking in front of people, because it was just like, I got to invest in myself. And what does that look like for me? So I encourage you to do the same. Whatever that looks like for yourself, invest in yourself. And right here, John Maxwell, everybody heard of John C. Maxwell? He's another great, great speaker. Like, this dude is just wonderful. In case y'all don't know, that's me with John C. Maxwell. And he had just basically came out with his book. And he says, when people believe in the leader, they believe in the vision. So I said, okay, I like that. But in order for people to believe, they have to know what it is that you do and how they see you do it. So that's the reason why I've been doing what I've been doing, which is just making it known that this is something that I truly love to do. And something that I wanted to mention was, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. So when I really thought about that, and as I was building my business, that was important to me. But it's like, if don't nobody know you and you're out here building your business, how are they going to know how much you care? And that was when I was like, well, let me show them better than I can tell them, by being able to be supportive of my peers that are in the entrepreneurship space and whatever other space that I choose to go and show support. So these are the tips that I would basically want to tap into a little bit. 3 tips to overcome nerves. So all of those things pretty much leads up to this. Become self-aware. Know your audience. Prepare well and practice often. That would be my first tip to overcoming your nerves of public speaking. Tip 2, I would basically say, become self-confident by starting with family and friends, understanding body language and voice control. And last but not least, become full of self-love. enjoy the process by embracing your imperfection. Because at the end of the day, nobody's perfect, even though I strive for excellence each and every day. So, it's all about what I say here. Be confident. Be so confident in yourself to where you really don't give a hoot who is not confident in you, because you're so confident in what it is that you're delivering. Make sense? So I pause for just a moment and I ask if you all would do me a favor. This is how I wake up every morning. Can I get y'all to stand up with me for a second? I'm gonna ask, if you're at home, if you stand up as well and do this and participate with us. Take your right hand and put it on your heart. And take your left hand and put it on top of your right hand. And I'm gonna ask you to repeat after me. We're gonna say this 3 times together. So just so you know, what we're gonna say is, I believe something wonderful is going to happen to you. That's what we're gonna say. This is how I wake up every morning. That's my alarm clock, by the way, when it wakes up. I read it and then I wake up and I do this. So on the count of 3, we're gonna say it together, okay? 1, 2, 3. I believe that something wonderful is going to happen to me today. Take that in. We're gonna say it one more time and say it like you mean it. Just a little bit, shake it off a little bit, get into it. Okay. We know what we're gonna say now. Let's say it. All right, here we go. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. I believe something wonderful is going to happen to me today. Yeah, I do. That's me. That's why I tell myself, yeah, I don't know what it is, but bring it on. One more time. I believe something wonderful is going to happen to me today. Take a deep breath, because I believe that for each and every one of us in this room. And for you too, just making sure I mention that. That's something that I like to do to remind myself, hey, I want all the positive vibes. So I want all that for y'all. I want y'all to be able to have that too. And as I move here to say, know your audience, understand who they are, tailor your message to match their needs and interests, engage with stories or examples they can relate to. So in this particular presentation, because of where I'm at today, Texas Women's University means a whole lot to me. So to know my audience is to know that I'm in front of entrepreneurship ladies. And that's huge to me. That's so big to me, because I just think back on when I first met Tracy out here when I was living in Denton at the women's luncheon that they had out in a small town that I don't recall the name, but it starts with a K. Anywho, it was around Denton. And that was when this goodness began for me. Louder. And with that being said, as I basically get a chance to know the audience here, I would basically say, if you're going to speak at your job, you gotta know who you work with. You gotta know your peoples that you work with, and you gotta know if the manager's gonna like what you say. And so that's part of knowing your audience. If you're going to speak at church, you gotta know how they feel about it. If you go somewhere else to a place that you're not familiar with, I would suggest you do your research, but at the same time, keep it to where you're still being able to be your authentic self, to where your message is delivered the way that you would want it to be delivered. And that to me is as simple as, I would say, knowing your audience. You just know where you're going and prepare to that. Control your voice. You got to speak clearly and at a steady pace. Use the right tone for your message. You have to pause to emphasize key ideas and give the audience time to absorb. So by a show of hands, am I speaking clearly and at a steady pace, or am I going too fast? Well, am I speaking clearly and at a steady pace?
Yes.
I appreciate that. because I do like feedback, believe it or not. And use the right tone for your message. I feel like I'm doing pretty good because, sometimes I can be a little loud and stuff. I heard my beginning entrance. So I love to, to dance and all that fun stuff. But it's important to use the right tone so that way you have the people that are engaging with you. They're actually interested in what it is that you're saying based on how you're saying it. So that's important. And then I love this word. This word right here, me and pause, we go hand in hand. Because sometimes life takes you fast and you need to pause. Don't stop. Don't stop, but pause. So when I'm speaking to any audience, I like to make sure that I get a chance to just pause for just a moment. They can look at me and I can look back at them and we can smile and do whatever as you absorb what it is that is being said before you proceed. So with that being said, we're pausing for just a moment. Is there any questions that anybody have at the moment so far for me? Good, I appreciate that. If you have any, by all means, you're welcome to let me know and I'd be more than happy to answer that for you. This one right here, faith it till you make it. How many people have heard fake it until you make it? I don't like that. I don't do too well faking anything. I'm just that type of individual to where I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna tell on myself, so I can't fake it. I gotta tell you the truth and nothing but the truth because you gonna know. I don't know about what she's saying, if that's right or not, because she don't look right and she don't sound right. So I just basically learned to faith it until you make it. And all you need is faith the size of a mustard seed, and we all know that that's pretty small. However, that's a lot. That's really big. If you can get your faith up there, that's actually pretty big. And faith says that, God, I don't know how this will work out, but I trust you. I don't see the way forward, but I believe you're already there. So these are just things that help me navigate when any situation is before me, being able to tap into that. And not everybody, goes by this, but what I can say is whatever it is that you go by, just know it's all a part of being good. It's like good or bad, whichever one you want to be on the side of, whichever one. I choose to be on the good side. That's just my personal preference. So with that being said, faith it till you make it. And this concludes pretty much what you all have heard in reference to my way of overcoming nerves of speaking in public. And notice most people have like QR codes and things of that sort. And I'm old school. I'm the type to where if I write something down, I'm going to remember you more. So what I want to do at this point, the reason why I wanted to get all the way to the end of the slide was to be able to tap into some practices that I use when it comes to networking. So whenever we're like at these networking events, I wanted to give you all some of my tips that I like to use just in case you never heard of them, or maybe you might be like, oh, I do that already, or whatever else to basically enhance how you network. So with that being said, this is my website, speakingatherbest.com. This is right here is my book, 31 Best Ways to Love Yourself. And that is my Instagram. I am on LinkedIn as well. And it's just my name, Elisabeth Gould, spelled with an S, because you won't find me without that. And with that being said, I wanted to go to networking, okay? So as we're basically doing our networking event, something that I would encourage you to do when it comes to, because you're public speaking when you're at your network events, you're always doing that and you're always representing yourself. So notice I have a name tag. This name tag says my name and it has my business on it. Elisabeth Speaking at Her Best. So a lot of people be like, ma'am, you have your name tag on. You know, when I go to the gym, I do. I definitely do because I wanted it to be on because I work hard to get this name badge for myself. So that's one way to stand out because most people aren't doing that. Unless you work at an organization, most people are not walking around with a name badge that they pretty much went and got for themselves. So that's one thing that I would basically say, that's a way to stand out if ever you wanted to do something like that. Something else that I would like to add to the networking part is, so on LinkedIn, for anybody that has an iPhone, I can't tell you on an Android because I have an iPhone, but if you can pull out your Android, or excuse me, your iPhone, I wanted to make sure, just in case, if you're not aware of this, this is a good trick when you're out networking. At the very top in the search bar on your LinkedIn, there is a little square in the corner. So when you're out and you're at these events and you're like talking to people and you're like, dang, I gotta keep it pushing because there's so many people in this room and I want to talk with them. This is a way that you can basically move quicker than basically saying, hey, can you type in your name or whatever, and misspelling their name, the place might be loud, things of that sort. If you hit that little button, what it'll do is it'll pull up your QR scanner. And now you don't have to do nothing other than just show them your phone and they take a picture of it and now you're connected. What I would highly encourage you do is make sure that y'all connect while you're there in front of that person before you leave, because now you don't have to wonder, well, did they accept my stuff? Especially if it's somebody that you want.
Oh, where's the square? Sorry, I was trying to like find it on LinkedIn.
Me too, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. At the top, at the search bar, in the right-hand corner, click on the search bar, in the right corner.
Okay, I see it. Okay.
See, in the right corner, there's a little bitty box in the top. So click on search. And when you click at the search bar at the top,
Yeah, mine doesn't have the.
so go back, get out of that card. Go back again.
It's the same.
Oh, okay. No. Well, hit your search bar. There it goes.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So that teaches me something because I don't have an Android, so it's good to know. So on Android, for anybody that has an Android, you can do the same thing. So you click on that button, somebody takes a picture for you. The other thing that I wanted to mention that I thought was pretty neat on Instagram, because I love me some IG, y'all. If you really want to know anything about Elisabeth spelled with an S, go to my IG, baby, because I'm going to forever be posting me some pictures because I love taking pictures. So with that being said, on your Instagram, I just recently figured out where that particular QR code is. So if you go to your Instagram page, for those that have Instagram, you click on your profile picture. At the bottom, so at the bottom of the page or whatever, you have the little house, your search, your ad, the play button, and in the right-hand corner, there should be your profile picture. When you click on that, you should see two buttons that pop up that says edit profile and share profile. If you click on share profile, this will give you your QR code in IG. Ain't that nice? Yes, exactly. I didn't either. I just recently found out about it. And I was like, I can hardly wait to share that with my girlfriends.
You know, if you have TikTok, it has a QR code too.
Well, okay. Well, where is it at? Because I don't know how to find that one. All right. Well, we'll get back to that. We'll get back to that one. But I definitely wanted to make sure that I mentioned Instagram as well as LinkedIn, because those are the main two that I usually am on. What else was it? Oh, something else that I wanted to mention as far as a tip that I like to use when I'm networking. So, you know how this is just me though, y'all, again, I'm old school. I love that about myself because I'd be like, look, people like, here go my business card. I'm like, what's your phone number, girl? So I can go ahead and text you this picture. We're gonna take a picture and I'm gonna text you this number. I'm gonna text you this picture. And everybody's not a picture person, but me personally, this is something that I encourage you to keep in mind. Even if you're not doing it to post the photo, do it to make yourself memorable to the person. So if you reach out to them, they're like, well, dang, where did I meet them at? Oh, if you're in a picture with someone, it's kind of hard for them to say, I don't know you. Well, I'm showing I don't see you. So it's kind of hard for them to say, I don't remember meeting you. So again, I encourage you to do it. I love doing it. It works out well for me. And I actually, be taking some cute pictures too, because I do be posting all my stuff, just so y'all know. And I'll even ask the people, sometimes I'll ask them, hey, can I tag you in it? Just on social media, because some people aren't as, they don't use social media as much as I would like to say that I do. So just by tagging them, it kind of helps them, encourages them to start using their stuff and things of that sort. So just keep that in mind. Taking a photo. And it's really as simple as just saying, what's your phone number? You text it to them. And instead of, this is another big one, instead of trying to save all of the information while you're at the networking event, don't do that. Not while you're there, only because you get a chance to go and network. So if I was in this room and I'm trying to, meet each one of you all, and I stop and try to save your name the way that I want to do it, because I like to be organized. I like everything to look a certain way, because I don't have time to do that and meet everybody, because people may be leaving or whatever. So if you're keeping that in mind when you're at these events and you're like, what's your name again? Sherry, thank you. Like, hey Sherry, how you doing? What's your information? And we're talking, we take a picture together. I text you my picture to you, and now you have it. And I'm like, hey, whenever you get around to it, Sherry, text me your first and last name. Now I'm not misspelling your name. I'm gonna save it correctly in my phone. You know what I mean? It's just another way to make sure that you don't have to be on point, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? You're there to meet as many people, so to speak, depending on what your goal is for you being at that networking event. And then when you get home, you get some time to just kind of woosah and pause, that word I love. Then you save their number. Then you put the picture with it if you want to. You do all that stuff in your own time. Something else that I wanted to mention about that is this. So iPhones have a tendency of basically saying they run the show. And I'd be like, no, because I pay the bill, so I run the show. And what I mean by that is this. If you notice on an iPhone, again, I don't know how Androids work, so y'all have to help me out on that. But iPhones say, here's your first name, here's your last name, here's your business, and all of that. How I like to put it in my phone is when I'm meeting someone. So if I met Tracy for the first time and I put her information in my phone, I'm going to put Tracy Irby on the same line, all in one swoop. So when I'm going through and I'm searching in my phone, in my iPhone, basically it's going to help me to find her information a lot faster, and it's going to have her first and her last name, all of it together. Me personally, again, I'm very detail oriented. So I like to go ahead and put all of the stuff. I met her at the TWU event. I met her on March 11th, 2015 on a Tuesday, because when 2026 get here, I don't remember the year when I met you, Ms. Tracy. Oh, yes, I do, because it's in my phone. That's another way to just keep in mind some tips. This is how I like to do it. I'm just sharing things that have worked really well for me to like streamline my process. So with that being said, it was one other thing that I wanted to mention about the networking piece. However, I gave that a pretty good thing. I think so. I give a little on. So other than that, any questions?
So the way we do questions is we do one in person and one online, because we have the online audience as well. So we can start. Does anybody in here have a question? Okay, we'll go to them, but do you upload the picture you took under my name?
It depends. I mean, I pretty much, just because like, if I don't have your number, then no, because the person didn't give me their number. But if I'm like, okay, I know I'm going to be in contact with you now, you, Miss Tracy, yes, you're in my phone with your photo and everything like that. However, someone else that I'm basically saying, well, I don't know how much, they want to interact with me. So due to that, it's like, if you want that, I'm here. If not, I'm still here. So that's pretty much how I go about it.
Okay, great. All right, we will check with Kimberly and see if she has any questions for us.
Yes, Dee from DMX Consulting asked, does the music help with nerves in addition to being fun? Also, Tracy, somehow none of us in the virtual room can turn on our cameras. So,
Okay,
All right.
did you hear that? Okay.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but you mentioned how does the music help with the nerves? Is that what you asked?
she
Yes.
says, does the music help with nerves in addition to being fun?
It helps me. It helps me with the nerves, but good. It just allows me to, I don't know, don't like, if you hear your favorite song, don't it kind of like help you to just kind of like get in your groove or whatever that may be? You know, when you work out or you go for a walk in the park and you're listening to your music, it just kind of calms you. So I always like to ask the audience, wherever I'm at, hey, could y'all bear with me for just a moment? Because even if they don't like it, I'll be like, well, hold on for a minute, let me go ahead and just do my thing over here real quick and, you know, turn around and, you know, laugh or say whatever that they want to say. But it's
We're
always,
having trouble hearing. Just to come closer to the mic.
oh, I forget about the, hi, can you hear me better?
Yes, thank you.
Of course. So before I say anything more, were you able to hear anything of what I said?
Yeah. It just as you started walking, it was trailing off.
So the answer to the question though is absolutely yes. The music does help me to ease my nerves, and I would encourage someone else to try it if ever you're able to do that. Yes.
And we do have one more question in the virtual room. Tracy.
Well, let us
Eva?
go back to the in-person, then we'll come back to you.
Okay.
Oh, we have several this time. Okay.
You had your hand up first.
I just want to know if you got the book on you.
I do.
That's what I wanted to ask. Thank you, darling.
Absolutely. Thank you for asking. You had a question?
So my voice shakes terribly.
Okay.
So do I need to explore? When you say vocal control, any more about that?
So let me ask you something. I can relate to you when in my beginning stages, I myself would be a little shaky. And what I did to help me, I would record myself on my cell phone. And I would start with something that I felt comfortable talking about, whatever it was. Girl, talk about taking a picture because you know how to take a picture. And I would just practice a sentence or two to hear myself on how I sound on the video. And what that will do, in my personal opinion, it helped me to build my confidence by being able to watch myself on the video and also getting a chance to hear. I could be a little bit more firm in what I'm saying. I could be a little bit more sturdy in what it is that I'm saying. Based on those two things alone, I think that would help you in reference to being able to build your confidence on what it is that you're wanting to say. And then from there, the more practice that you do, the more you will see for yourself that sound that you're hearing, it will go away in time. But you got to practice. And practicing is, again, if you don't have somebody in person, because I didn't have that, again, y'all, I didn't have a support system, I'm telling y'all. I got 5 sisters and 2 brothers. And unfortunately, I felt like an only child a lot of my life growing up, and people didn't understand that. So it's okay. It's just to basically say I had to become what my book talks about, loving yourself. And because I love myself so much, now I can love everybody because it don't matter. I got so much love to give, including them 5 sisters and 2 brothers that didn't give me a lot of it when I was growing up. So that's basically what I would say.
Great, thank you. All right, is there a question online?
Iva, do you have a question?
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Kimberly. Hi, Elizabeth. Hi, this is Eva, the apartment diva Mishra. And I just wanted to say, Elizabeth, you were awesome to listen to. You kept it very light. And I didn't really have a question. I just wanted to, well, not just, but I wanted to give you a compliment. You carried yourself so well with all the women and the men in the room and in the Zoom room. So I appreciate all the knowledge you shared, Elizabeth, and I'll be reaching out to you sooner than later. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay, any questions in the room?
She can go first.
Okay.
What are some like, maybe like daily exercises to help with speaking for interviews and things like that? Cause I feel like I'm always really nervous for those.
Speaking for interviews. Give me a moment to think about that, just because I want to give you something of quality that I would do for that. So for one, when it comes to an interview, like, this is me just wondering, do you like go Google however you're gonna interview? Like, does you use Google to help you prepare for that?
Yes, I use a bunch of different.
Okay, so when it comes to the speaking part, what I used to do, I have like a small tablet, and you never know what they're gonna ask you in the interview. So you really just have to be prepared to know your foundation of what of what it is that you're wanting to say, so you can prepare if they ask you something that's not necessarily what you had Googled. I would pretty much just say practice. That's going to be the first thing, but write out what it is that you're wanting to practice, right? Like, go to Google, write your stuff down. And again, that video thing, that's a really powerful tool. Record yourself. See how you smile, see how you say certain things, and you see it in real time. And then you go back and you critique yourself until, of course, you can have a friend like me that's like, girl, come on up here. I just work out with your interview stuff and just talk about it with you. And now you got somebody that's mocking interviewing with you in person. But for somebody that's like, well, I don't have nobody, that video is really a good tool. That's what I would say. Thank you.
Right. Were there any online questions?
No, that's all so far.
Okay, great. All right. Did you have one more? Okay.
So, small groups, I'm good, but like the big networking things, I'm super nervous, and then I have a nervous laugh. So, is it a good idea to just keep going to more small groups so that you're more comfortable when you get into the big groups? Or,
That's a good question. At some point, we're gonna have to.
I'll say go to the big groups, I'm nervous, I'm just, but I do really good at the end. I'm just like, you know what, it wasn't even that bad.
Right.
See
So-
that? Okay, so that feeling that you're saying at the end, what I'm gonna encourage you to do is to hold on to that feeling and bring that to the beginning. I'm gonna ask you to do that, because what you'll find yourself doing is saying, you know, it really wasn't that bad. Because at the end of the day, public speaking is a lot of what it is that we tell ourselves. So that's the reason why those 3 tips, that's why I keep it simple. Because I used to be an overthinker. And if you stop overthinking and just do what you're good at, it comes off so much more authentically. And you'll find yourself going to those bigger rooms, and you won't be doing that nervous laugh, because you'll basically be like, I got this.
Give me a real laugh.
It'll be a real laugh.
All right, great. Thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you. Well, we love having you here, so thank you so much.
Well, wait a minute, because
You
I
can
love
do
having,
that.
look, I got one for you too.
Oh. Sweet, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, we have a few things coming up. The next WomenRISE is going to be April 8th, and I'm going to be the speaker. And we are going to talk about grant writing again, because it's so important. Many times the grants we have, they're disqualified immediately for not reading. So please attend if you're going to be applying for any grants. The next thing, these are to save the dates we have on here. On July 8th, for all of you, we're celebrating our 10-year anniversary as the CWE here on campus. So soon we'll have a notice come out to you, so you will know, but we want you to keep that afternoon open for us. And then on October 23rd, there is a Governor's Small Business Forum here in Denton, and it's going to be women focused. So you want to save the date for that as well, and we'll give you more information as that comes through. So we hope you can attend some of those events. Yes,
Okay.
yes. All right, so that's everything we have here. Kimberly, I've sent it back to you, and if you could stop the recording, that would be great. And we're gonna let you guys go now.